We are talking about the 3 biggest business stories in the world of media and entertainment this year. One of the biggest stories was gender pay disparity. I mean, that discussion totally boiled over this year.
When you talk about, some of the comments that Jennifer Lawrence has made and, coupled with her success, tremendous success over the past year and beyond, I think it's really hitting a moment of inflection when we maybe start to see some change.
I think it definitely started back in February. Patricia Arquette dedicated her entire Oscar speech to talking about pay equality. Viola Davis became the first African-American woman to win an Emmy in a drama series for her role in How to Get Away with Murder. Viola Davis made the really excellent point that if there aren't roles for women of color, they simply can't be paid equally. So I think that really relates to a wider point of the lack of roles for women in Hollywood.
One of the other big stories in showbiz this year, which is the growth of the international world box office.
As of December, Furious 7 is the second highest grossing film ever in China.
And that, of course, had a really, really diverse cast. So we might see studios looking to target international audiences more specifically as the US and Canadian box office declines.
And certainly looking at somebody like Jackie Chan, our #2 highest paid actor in the world, right? He hasn't really had many hits in the United States recently, but it's the work he's been doing in China. I think it just goes to show the power of that part of the world in terms of box office.
I think another major trend this year was the reliance on existing intellectual property. So we saw some really massive films come out that had been books previously or have been comic books. I mean, Avengers, The Martian, 50 Shades of Grey. But I think this year was very special because we also saw that new properties can succeed as well. So, a movie like Minions, which was a sort of sequel, was the 4th highest grossing film of the year, grossed over $1.1 billion. Another huge success was Inside Out, which grossed $851 million. So I think we're seeing that original films can also make money at the box office.
Making a movie out of kind of the beginnings of West Coast hip hop. If you take a film like Straight Outta Compton, I wouldn't know if I would call that kind of like an adapted screenplay per se, but it's a nice hybrid, maybe providing a blueprint for the kind of thing that can be viable going forward. Going into 2016, predictions, hopes, dreams, what do you think?
I think we're going to see more amazing roles for women and increased importance of the international box office.
On that note, Daisy Ridley, Star Wars, The Force Awakens, we could be looking at a whole new set of records next year.